An update tonight on Friday's shooting in Westport Village. That's in East Louisville. We now know the victim has died from her injuries. Linden police responded to the shooting just before 8 Friday night. Linden Police Chief Rob Schroeder said officers arrived to bystanders helping the woman who had been shot several times in the parking lot.
Acts of violence like this are unacceptable. They terrorize members of our community. Thankfully, that's not a situation we deal with in Linden, in Graymore, Devondale, and in the other cities that we serve, but it's still a concern to all of us who live in this community.
Now, we still do not know the victim's age or any possible motive behind the shooting. Linden Police asked LMPD's homicide unit to take over the investigation. Anyone with information is encouraged to reach out to LMPD's anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. And a sad update from the Louisville Zoo today. We're learning Fitz, the 3-year-old elephant, has died. Fitz was diagnosed with a deadly virus known as EEHV Thursday. Most elephants are typically born with this virus or exposed to it shortly after birth, though the virus often remains dormant in their bodies. Many elephants can fight off the disease, but it's much harder for weaned calves to fight off. The Louisville Zoo released the following statement, quote, "Fitz has held a special place within our zoo family," adding, quote, "His impact will live on along with his memory."
I strongly disagree with the court's decision here. So today, I want to assure our students, our borrowers, and families across America, our fight is not over. We're taking action.
That was Education Secretary Miguel Cardona addressing the Supreme Court's decision to overturn President Biden's student debt relief plan. The court held the administration needs an endorsement from Congress before undertaking such a costly program. The conservative majority rejected an argument that a 2003 bipartisan law dealing with national emergencies, known as the HEROES Act, gave Biden the power he claimed. The ruling stands to impact millions of borrowers, many frustrated over the court's ruling.
It's a sad day, but I do think that this is a large swath of the population, and it's a large swath of the population that was really told, get a degree. This is like how you move forward, and I can't count the number of times when I first graduated and it was the recession that the requirements for some of the most basic jobs suddenly became know everything and have every degree.
So that's Hannah Moore. She graduated in college in 2007 with nearly $100,000 in student debt. Moore has made payments toward the debt but still owes about $88,000. The White House is already moving forward with new plans for debt relief in response to the High Court's ruling. Education Secretary Cardona said the administration will attempt to provide relief under a 1965 law known as the Higher Education Act. They're also starting a temporary 12-month on-ramp repayment program. It's aimed at easing pressure on borrowers who were protected under a 3-year COVID-era student loan pause.
We're going to open up an alternative path to debt relief for as many borrowers as possible, as quickly as possible. While we acknowledge the court's decision, we began the negotiated rulemaking process on settlement and compromise authority today.
26 million people applied for President Biden's student debt relief program prior to this ruling. The Biden administration said 43 million people were eligible. The cost of it was estimated at $400 billion over 30 years. All right, here in Kentucky, Anna, we've told you about it all week. Riverlink has increased toll prices by nearly 5%, and those changes take place starting today. WHAS11's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie spoke with some unhappy drivers about the change.
So far, toll rates have increased the highest it's ever been, going from an annual 2.5% to a now 4.9%. And some Louisvillians tell me this makes things difficult with inflation already affecting the economy. Toll rates have risen to $5.04 for passenger vehicles or $2.52 for those with a Riverlink account. Prices apply to the I-65 bridges, the Kennedy and the Lincoln and the East End Bridge. The price uptick will affect thousands of Louisvillians who drive from Indiana to Kentucky. Drivers like Levada Kent Baker. Baker and her family travel over the bridge at least once a week.
Well, every time we look up, they're increasing that cost. So it makes things a little difficult. Like I said, we try to avoid the toll, and I realize it has to pay for all different types of things for the state and the city. However, every time they increase it with inflation and all, it's very difficult to try to adjust to all these things.
Toll rates increase annually and are adjusted with inflation. This year, they're increasing 4.9%. In Louisville, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 on your side.
We have an update tonight on the ongoing contract negotiations between members of the International Brotherhood of Teamsters and UPS. The union, which represents thousands of UPS workers across the country, spent hours negotiating Friday night. That's when UPS officials gave them a revised counterproposal. It's reported the counterproposal contains significant movement on wages and other economic language. However, Teamsters said the company can do better.
So we've been in negotiations, and we've gotten some changes. We've gotten some changes that are better our members' lives, but more importantly, take care of their families. But we're not there yet.
Teamsters members said UPS has agreed to reach a deal with them by July 5th.